Welcome to the world of Mariposa. Mariposa and the Galaxy Man is a story-heavy 3D platformer with a large emphasis on physics-based puzzles and exploration. Set in a retro-futuristic sci-fi world, Mariposa and the Galaxy Man stars Mariposa Connors, the daughter of a pair of Marines fighting against an intergalactic threat. Mariposa just graduated from college and is spending her days helping her Aunt Dawn at a space animal rescue center. The four main pillars of the game are story, physics, platforming, and exploration. In the demo I'm currently working on, Mariposa will have a hub world in the form of the Space Animal Rehabilitation Center. This large open area will contain collectibles, story bits, interactive animals, and platforming challenges. Within this hub world are 4 mini levels to complete, which are represented by big domes in the open area. The domes act as controlled environments for the rehabilitating animals. The main goal of the demo is to feed and take care of the animals, as well as investigate and contain an invasive, dangerous species threatening the center. At the end of the demo, we are shown the hook of the story, which comes in the form of a giant space wolf who crashes into the moon of Mariposa's planet. Mariposa rides up to the moon and finds the wolf there, who's injured. After she helps patch him up, he transforms into the form of a man. He's a being made up of stars and planets, solar system and nebula. He's a living galaxy, on the run from the energy-eating monsters threatening the stars, as well as Green Star and Supergiant Corp, massive energy companies seeking to capture him and use him for infinite energy. He's not the only of his kind, but is currently alone, as the rest of his brethren were able to escape the clutches of the monsters and corps and find their way to the center of the Milky Way, a mysterious place that Alex never goes into detail about but insists he must get to. The adventure of the story involves traversing planets, each with their own retro-futuristic style, in order to finally bring the Galaxy Man to the center of the Milky Way. Some of the characters that the duo will meet on this journey include Kitty Roo, a famous singer and dancer from a planet of lemur people with a rather unorthodox secret. Her husband Zindello, a musician and comedian with a distinct talent for getting the information he desires. Bonnie Jameth III, an heiress to her family fortune with a passion for travel and archaeology. Wayne Yosent, a zippy dragonfly bellhop who works to keep food on the table for his 14 siblings. Nancy Steelclaw, a screenwriter whose past in the entertainment biz has left her jaded, especially towards Kitty Roo. Judith Hovern, a sly, capable spy working for her government during her planet's civil war. Illuminara 1.0, an angry android with the power to manipulate light who recently escaped from the laboratory she was built in. And, of course, we've got a few villains as well. But for now, let's head over to talking about behind-the-scenes stuff. Right now, Mariposa as a game is in very early development. It's been in concept stages for a while and undergone several changes in art design and game concepts. For example, Mariposa's model used to look like this. Now it looks like this. I'm developing it in conjunction with Studio Syndicate's Caius Nelson, who is acting as lead programmer for the game in the Unreal Engine. You can check out some of the stuff he's doing over on his channel, where he talks about development tools he's been designing in Unreal. Link in the description. I also have music being composed by my little sister, Color Planet Crazy. You can check out her channel here, she has a lot of amazing songs. The reason I've decided to introduce this game to you all is because I've been wanting to do a sort of dev diary series here on YouTube about the process of making the game's demo. The demo will be like a prologue of sorts to the game, focusing on introducing mechanics and characters and taking place in the Animal Rescue Center. Here's a bit more info about the planned gameplay of the demo. Mariposa takes inspiration from the classic 3D platformer formula, a la Mario 64, Sly Cooper, Psychonauts, etc., while also taking inspiration from newer projects. I want platforming to feel as smooth and fun as possible, for it to feel good even just to run and jump around aimlessly. What will set Mariposa's platforming apart from others, however, are the mechanics that involve her unique abilities as a half-Flutican alien. Aliens from Flutica have the inherent ability to make their bodies go into a zero-G state whenever they wish, which helps them as they fly around. Mariposa, however, is half-human, and as such does not have the wings that most Fluticans have. She is able to use this zero-G ability, however, and while platforming, she can turn it on in order to float to higher places or to use horizontal momentum to zip over large gaps. Building momentum in the right direction before using your ability is a big part of platforming in Mariposa. As for combat, Mariposa has 4 arms, each with a specific purpose. Her top right hand shoots a light line from her glove that attaches itself to the object she aims at. Her top left hand controls the light line, be it pulling it or pushing it. It also holds items. Her bottom right hand shoots a 0G nectar in a narrow long range from her glove. Her bottom left hand shoots it in a wide short range. Combat is mostly puzzle-centered, similar to how Portal handles getting rid of turrets. Mariposa must shoot 0G gravity liquid at attackers. Once they are sufficiently coded, similar to Splatoon, they are put in a 0G state and are able to be manipulated by Mariposa. The goal of combat is to get the enemy trapped or somehow incapacitated using your 0G abilities. Often there will be some kind of cage or trap to get the enemies into. So yeah, many of the puzzles will be physics-based. Think of some of Half-Life 2's mechanics. As for art style, Mariposa and the Galaxy Man has characters rendered stylistically in a Disney-esque look with a hand-painted texture style inspired by games such as League of Legends and World of Warcraft. Their designs are created to evoke the aesthetic of fashion doll brands such as Monster High or Ever After High. Retrofuturism takes center stage in Mariposa. The Rehab Center is a mix of 70s architecture and interior decorating with butterfly and flower motifs. Kitty Roo's planet is drenched in Art Nouveau architecture and cities built upon giant trees. Judith's planet draws upon noir, Art Deco, and underground crystal caverns. Illumina's planet draws upon 80s cyberpunk and bathed in neon. Now let's take a quick look at some of the collectibles you'll be searching for in-game. First off, you'll be able to collect enamel pins, which you can swap out on Mariposa to potentially give different buffs or gameplay changes. You'll also be able to find and retrieve lost or injured animals. I'm thinking about having a currency system that acts as the most common form of collectible and can be used to buy things like alternate costumes or hairstyles. The most important collectibles, however, are the Galaxy Man's lost solar systems and planets, which act as end-of-level achievements similar to Mario Stars. That's all for now. I'll be making videos soon talking about each character in more detail, as well as the process of making character models, game design docs, and animations. Remember, the game is still very early in development, and everything is subject to change. Everything, especially story content. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like the concept.